to giving you guys the Week 5 recap. Let's get right to it. We had Colorado and Texas Tech. Very good football game. First half, we couldn't get anything going, scoring only 6 points in the first quarter. Second quarter, we scored 8 points. Texas Tech offensively was able to get going very early, and then they slowed down a little bit in the second half when we was able to rally back. I mean, the score was 42 to 14 in the first half, and we was able to make this a game at the end. We started out very slow, and quarterback threw a lot of turnovers with 5 interceptions. We had too many turnovers in this game. Big reason why Texas Tech won this one. Houston and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech won 63-0. Then we had Auburn and Tennessee. This was a very good game, obviously, as you guys can see. First half, 17-7. Auburn was able to still come out victorious. They also won a turnover battle. Quarterback Robert Nagy threw 1 interception, 2 TDs, rushed for over 100 yards with James Ryder. Wide receivers played very good. Mafu Easy Jr. from Forest Park, Georgia. He played great. It was a high-scoring game. It looked like it was a shootout. Ohio State and Miami. Miami is continually rolling. This is a 3-time champion that's trying to get back into the big dance. He won in a turnover battle, and his quarterback, Emmanuel, threw less than 100 yards. That's an interesting statistic right there, considering that he was able to win that big. That's very interesting right there. They scored 42 points and throw under 100 yards. You wouldn't think that. Michigan State won 55-6. Texas won against South Alabama 52-6. Clemson beat Virginia Tech 62-10. Syracuse wins against Coastal Carolina 66-3. Florida State loses to NC State, the computer, 38-14. UCF and Michigan, a little controversy in this game. UCF opponent asked could he go for it on a certain situation, and the head Bird Human sent him the rule book. Allegedly was an old rule. He didn't send him the up-to-date. That's what the word is. I didn't do too much research on it. UCF lost this game. They won in a turnover battle. Michigan just was, 2 interceptions, but they still was able to win the game. That's very rare to turn it over that many times and still win, but they was able to definitely do so. Georgia beats Missouri 20-13. Tulane beats UNC 35-14. Texas A&M beats Baylor 62-7. Wisconsin and Washington. Wisconsin wins. Wow, very, very big win right here by Wisconsin. I felt like this was a year for Washington. It's still early right now. Turnover battle, Wisconsin won that. And they also had McAdams. He played great. 220, 1 TD, threw 1 interception. They was able to get a little going in the run game. Defensively, they was able to create some turnovers. 3 turnovers by 3 different players on the defense side of the ball. And they was able to get to the quarterback. Washington is a team that's very young, like I said before, and I definitely know they will be able to bounce back. Taking a look at the Heisman race as of right now, we have Texas A&M. Okay, so now we have a new player that is Marvin Lincoln. He has moved in the Heisman race. Bruce Rubin, Baylor, Darren Thieker, and Joey Cardosa all in the Heisman race. Players of the week we had was Tyrell Reeves against Coastal Carolina, 7 total tackles, 4 sacks. Steve Proctor, 24-32, 377, 3 passing TDs, and he also rushed 4 touchdowns. Very good numbers right there. Taking a look at the conference standings, we'll take a look at that. Conference standings right now, we have Clemson, Georgia Tech, and Louisville. You also have BYU, UConn, and Florida Atlantic. Time to start showing the computer love, man, because they beating users, so I'm going to start bringing them into the mix. Kansas State, Texas A&M, and Utah right now in the battle for the Big 12. Big 10, you got Temple Illinois and Iowa. You see USA, you got Middle Tennessee, Cincinnati, Florida International, FBS Independence. In the MAC, you got Eastern Michigan, Toledo, and Ohio. MWC, you got Colorado State, New Mexico, and Wyoming. Pac-12 right now, you have Boise State, Washington, and Arizona. This can definitely change as we get into the conference play with a lot of conference play. So definitely could change. SEC, you got Bama, Auburn, and Florida, following Georgia, Kentucky. It's still early right now. Troy, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State. Taking a look at the top 25 right now, you got Texas A&M, Miami, Texas, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Michigan, Clemson, Alabama, UCLA, and Notre Dame in the top 10. It's a very good top 25 list. Taking a look at the recruiting, there were some big names that have signed to different schools. Duke Hardrick has signed to Oklahoma. That was very big. And then Oklahoma State wide receiver Alfonso Yalito. The kid runs a 4.3 in the 40. We wanted him, but he decided to go to Oklahoma State. So we moved him out the way. We also was able to sign left end Joshua Ansah and Adrian Jennings, 2 4-star commits, which was huge for our team. Taking a look at the top classes right now, Georgia, Wisconsin. Wisconsin's now number 2. Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and Miami in your top 5. Following Alabama, Auburn, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Penn State, and everything else follows. I'm trying to see where Colorado is at. We down. Wow. It's tough, man. It's definitely tough. We're down to number 60, and we was up like 25. Let's see. Taking a look at the team stats. Best offense right now is Clemson, Michigan, Syracuse. Best defense right now is Jacksonville State, New Mexico State, and Texas A&M. Conversions, Syracuse, Michigan State, Georgia Tech. Red zone efficiency, Air Force, UMass, and Central Michigan. Penalties, Temple, Miami, and Kennesaw State is the worst. Turnover differential, Wyoming, Texas A&M, and UCF. Yeah, when you can minimize, turn the ball over, like these things here, you're going to lose games. It's a lot to say about Ohio State, considering they have more turnovers than we do, and they're still ranked. But, I mean, hey, when you got a team 91 rated, it makes the job a lot easier. See how many minutes we had? 8 minutes. All right, we get up out of here. Big scores this week. Big games this week. We got Michigan State and Texas. I feel like Texas is going to win this one, but we will see. Miami and Louisville. I got Miami in this one. Tulane and UCF. Should be a very good game where UCF did fall to Michigan. But I think Tulane is going to be able to handle this one. Then you have Tennessee and Georgia, and I think Georgia will win this one.